Good afternoon everyone and welcome back to Planet Coaster and welcome to the final episode of Phase 1A in Alton's House Resort. Can't believe we're finally here, of course. Now there is a few more things that I need to complete, such as Team TK items, but yeah, other than that all the scenery is mainly done. There's a few more things in Battle Galleons that need completing, but this video is basically going to highlight everything I've done over the past few days since the last episode. There's not going to be a time lapse, it's literally just a few cinematics with me explaining some things. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, then please do consider subscribing, and if you're not on our Discord server, then of course join the Discord server. There's a link in the comments and the description. With that being said, let's get into the first clip. So then when you load up the world on Friday, this is what you're going to be greeted with. There'll be like an information board telling you all the necessary information on what you need to do, like putting down your graphics settings to get some more performance in this park, because the performance is very poor in this park. And you have a lovely Alton Towers entrance sign right there, like the ones you see when you drive into the resort, welcoming you into this Planet Coaster version of the theme park. Now of course, as you can see behind, the Team TK items for like welcome to Alton Towers that are normally plastered on those walls aren't there because I haven't done them yet. I will be doing them very soon. I do need to get them done. Of course, there's a lot of Team TK stuff I need to do. I didn't put a lot of detail on the entrance sign. As you can see, there's basically no lettering at all. It's literally just art shapes, and the reason for that is because it's just a nice little decoration thing. It's not supposed to be accurate. It's just a nice thing welcoming you into the world. It's not really accurate. In the background you can also see the monorail track. I've done that. I think I've mentioned it already, but you just can't do the monorail in Planet Coaster because the in-game monorail is way too big. The track it doesn't turn enough to actually be accurate, so if I wanted to put a working monorail in, it would have to be very big and very inaccurate, and yeah, that's not what we do on this channel. So it's a fake monorail. I am going to build a fake monorail train as well, just for cosmetic reasons, so yeah. But of course, other than that, I mean, the entrance plaza is mainly done, really. So then moving on from that, I actually did some work on a Backstage Tower Street, and the first thing you can probably see is that it's not detailed at all. And the reason for this is because it's Backstage. I mean, no one's really going to actually looking there. The detail is mainly focused in the public areas of the theme park, the areas that matter. Why should I put a ton of detail, waste the piece count, and just create more lag in an area like this where you're not really going to care about it that much? So yeah, all I did really is I put it back on the facades I did a couple of weeks ago, put some cars in there to make it seem like the staff parking it is in real life. It's nothing special at all really, it's just a few bits of scenery, and that's it really. Now of course, Cbeebies Land is an area that's coming in the next phase of Planet Coaster Alton Towers. The reason why I've put the sign and put some effort into making Team TK items for the sign is because I didn't just want to leave it blank. You know, I do actually want to make this look like it is a complete experience. I don't just want it to be a construction wall and like dirt and everything. And if I did put it as a construction wall, I feel like it would make the sightlines look very incomplete. Like the view of Spinball Wizard from Tower Street would look very odd, and the view of the towers from Tower Street would also look really odd. So I just put the entrance sign for Cbeebies Land in there, put a few trees in there because of course there's nothing actually in there at the moment. But yeah, I am actually quite looking forward to building Cbeebies Land in the next phase in a few weeks time, and it's going to be weird as well because I don't really do kiddie areas in Planet Coaster. I've never done a kiddie area. It's going to be a challenge to do Cbeebies Land because Cbeebies Land is actually one of the biggest areas in Alton Towers in terms of just attraction count. I mean, all the other areas normally have about 2 to 5 attractions. You know, XX already has 3, Dark Forest only has 2, Fountain Square has 2, Spinball Wizard's on its own. Mutiny Bay has 3 excluding Wicker Man, so Cbeebies Land is the most densely populated area in terms of rides. You know, it's going to take a while to do Cbeebies Land, but it needs to be done. I can't just leave it out just because I don't like it. It has to be done. It's part of the resort, and it will of course be done off camera because I don't think any of you want to see Cbeebies Land, do you? So this is just another small little thing that doesn't really have a lot of detail. It's just this small little warehouse just outside of Spinball Wizard. I actually have no idea what this warehouse actually is. Is it some sort of storage facility or staff building? I really don't know, but it's just this little building outside Spinball Wizards covered around with a few trees. During 2018 they had a mini game out there, like a carnival game, but I don't think that's there anymore judging from recent pictures from the park. If you do know what this is, definitely put it down in the comments because I'm generally not sure what this is, we're just to talk a bit about Spinball. Ashley is actually going to release Spinball separately because he built it, and that's actually going to be releasing very soon. Don't worry, you don't have to manually put it in the park, it will be in the park when you load it up. But if you do want an early look at Phase 1A, Ashley is going to be releasing Spinball very soon. The cinematic premieres tomorrow, so I assume he's just going to release it tomorrow anyway. But yeah, there's not really anything else to comment on this shot. So then moving on to the towers area, we actually have the hole-in-one challenge. I finally put it in. There's not a lot of detail at all, it's literally just that island with a flag on it and these cages where you actually hit the ball from. Well, no, I don't really know golf, I don't know all the golf terms, but basically, if you don't know what a hole-in-one challenge is, you have to get a hole-in-one from those cages there. It's the distance actually a lot more in real life because this is like zoomed in and all the perspective is off, so you can't actually get an idea of how far it is. But in real life, yeah, it's really far and it's on a mound, so there's even more disadvantages there of actually getting the hole-in-one. If you do get a hole-in-one, you get £1,000. It used to be a car actually, but I think someone won that car. But you can also see a little duck there. I got those off the Team TK workshop. If you just search up duck, you can find them. They're actually really nice and just a small little thing to put in because there are of course ducks swimming around that lake in real life all the time. In the background you can see the perimeter fence and the trees behind it. In real life that would be the Skyride Station and Mutiny Bay, and of course they're not in this phase, so it's literally just that perimeter fence and a few trees. It's the same for Wickerman and the gardens as well. So last but not least, I've also done this bridge that goes over the pathway into the gardens. Of course this little pathway is one of the entrances to the gardens. There are so many entrances to the gardens, it's not just this one. This bridge is a little inaccurate, and that's mainly because of the terrain and the path to win Planet Coaster. There's simply nothing I can do about it, so I am really sorry for that. I did try my best to get it as accurate as possible, but there were just so many limitations with the terrain and path tool in Planet Coaster. For the pieces in this bridge, it's mainly just spooky wall pieces and brick pieces, and that's mainly just to keep the piece count down. I could have put a lot more detail into this, but at the same time I didn't want to because it'll just drive the piece count up even more than it should be. And I did a count yesterday. It took about 10 minutes for the game to count the amount of pieces. There's about I think 276,000 something pieces in Phase 1A alone. Yeah, I genuinely don't know what to do. But yeah, I really do hope you enjoy Phase 1A when it releases in a few days on Friday. And yeah, we're going to be starting Dark Forest and Cbeebies Land after Phase 1A releases. I'm really looking forward to doing 13 and Rita. 13 is going to be a very big challenge to try and, you know, incorporate a drop track element into Planet Coaster, but we'll just have to wait and see until that. I've actually got Rita's track layout already done. It was a pain to do because it's not just a turn. Yeah, a lot of people just say, oh, Rita can't be too hard to do, it's literally just turns. It's not just turns. Those turns are like sort of on an incline as well, so you have to get that right. And also I had to end up using the Girls Tower track and the LSM launch just to get that triangular track that Rita is in real life, because if I use a hydraulic launch, it would end up being the square track, and Rita doesn't use a square track. But other than that, thank you very much for watching today's video, and thank you very much for watching Phase 1A here on the channel. If you're not already subscribed, then please do consider subscribing, and if you're not on our Discord server, then of course join the Discord server. There's an invite link in the comments and the description. With that being said, I'll see you in the first video of Phase 1B, and I hope you enjoy Phase 1A when it releases. We'll have a few cinematics going up on the channel as well. Ashley is going to have his Spinball cinematic going up tomorrow, so yeah, stay tuned and goodbye.